Hey guys, it's Joey. Thanks for joining me today. Just a heads up before we get started with the video, it's gotten a little hot here in Northeast New Jersey, so I have a couple fans going just so I'm not all gross and sweaty on video. Anyway, let's get into it. So a couple days ago from the day I'm recording this, I think it was last Friday, St. Vincent dropped her new album, Daddy's Home. Been waiting for it for quite some time, a couple years since the last album dropped. I'm a big St. Vincent fan. I think I've been listening since MySpace days, like sometime in between Marry Me and Actor. So, you know, I've been through the evolution, and it's been a pleasure to watch. So whenever a new album comes out, and there's very few artists I do this with, I kind of go a little bonkers with whenever they release new merch. Obviously, I'm wearing the shirt, Daddy's Home shirt, very comfortable. Again, this is not sponsored anyway. I'm just, ridiculous Uber fan. I bought a bunch of the stuff that they put out for this Daddy's Home release just because, again, a little much when it comes to St. Vincent, but it's all in good fun, supporting the artist. Love to do it, especially, we're in this weird era where people aren't, there's the Spotify, but then people are like, seem like they really want physical merch again, which, everything ends up coming full circle. The amount of people I know that buy vinyl now, and there's some other cool physical items that St. Vincent team and Loma Vista put out. And I'll show you guys in a second, but let's just talk about Daddy's Home for a moment. This is not going to be a review. This channel, I don't really talk about stuff I dislike. Really, this is just a channel full of stuff I like for the most part. And, Daddy's Home it felt like just, perfect timing for this style of album to come out from St. Vincent. All through the lockdown, the pandemic, 2020, I was listening to a lot of like 70s rock and funk and soul music, just because that's stuff I've always liked, and it makes you feel good, and you needed a pick-me-up during pretty much all of last year. So I was really keying into a lot of the 70s stuff, Stevie Wonder, all that good stuff. So when I found out St. Vincent was making like a grungy, dirty New York 70s kind of record, I was elated. I was absolutely stoked because, one of my favorite artists is putting out, an album inspired by all these other fantastic artists from an era I absolutely love. So it's just, this mesh of all the things I love and, all the things that I think the world loves. Not to speak hyperbolically, but I think that era is very cherished in the minds and hearts of a lot of music and art fans in general. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering about that, but Daddy's Home, really enjoyed it. It went by very quickly. I kind of just sat with it, listened to it, once Spotify had the special version, I forgot what they called it, but I had like little intros, a little middle part, and an outro from St. Vincent. But I listened to it in that format first, and it went on a little journey there. I really took to right away, besides the singles that we had heard, like Melting of the Sun and Pay Your Way in Pain and Down, which came out a couple days before the album came out. My Baby Wants a Baby is one that I still have on repeat. That's like the standout for me, at least right now. With St. Vincent albums, I go through the motions. It's always something different. Give me a couple weeks, I'll be stuck on something completely different. But right now, My Baby Wants a Baby is like the jam. But there's just so much good stuff, and there's such a good mix of story, composition, tempo, sound. It's a good variety. I've read some reviews, and I almost never read reviews. I'm not a fan of music reviews. Listen, if you like it, that's all that matters. I don't really take anybody else's opinion when it comes to music or movies or art, unless it's like a fun conversation. But I'm not gonna, make a decision on whether or not I'm gonna listen to something based on reviews. So here's the first piece of media merch that came in. It's the CD. Cardboard sort of fold out CD. You have like Daddy's Home, cover we've all been seeing. You have the fold out, the St. Vincent or Annie on the bed reading the Playboy with the butt. Assuming that's appropriately era appropriate Playboy. You have a couple credits here: Eddie Clark, Jack Antonoff, list of great folks here. And then you have the back cover where it's just a bed and the magazine's on the floor. Everything is kind of drenched in sepia. I believe that's what it's called. Sepia-esque anyway. And then you have your little pull-out poster with all the lyrics. Love when they include the lyrics. There's some CDs that just don't include the lyrics. I feel like it's, you gotta include the lyrics. And there's the poster. I think everybody might have seen this already. I think it comes with every version of the album, most versions anyway, of the album that you get. So yeah, there's the CD. Pick that one up first because got here the quickest. And then there's some other really cool stuff that they put out, like the cassette, which, cassettes seem to be back. They seem to, a lot of artists seem to be putting out a cassette these days. It's just, pretty, let's see if I get it to focus, pretty simple. There you go. Let me take it out of the package. There you go. Looks great, feels great. It's a cassette. And then you have your little insert card here. That same picture, just in tiny cassette form. Let me put that back. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get this one playing. Actually, my car doesn't even have a CD player anymore, which is kind of a bummer because I always, kind of romanticize having the big stacked CD case in your car, just so you can go on a road trip instead of using Spotify or streaming. You tell your passenger, your first mate, grab a CD, put on anything. Let's see what we have in there. But I guess they're doing away with the CD player. Anyway, on to the next. This one is really cool. This is probably my favorite one just because it's a real blast from the past, from the 70s. And I had to get this when I saw it, and it is the Daddy's Home 8-track. Now, this was the one I was most excited for. I don't have an 8-track player, but my dad still does somewhere, so I'm going to see if I could play it on his at some point. Maybe I could find an affordable 8-track player on Amazon just to have. But here it is. I figured a lot of people would be interested in this one just because it's been a while since we saw a new release of an 8-track tape. I don't know anybody else that's put one out. Maybe somebody has, but this is my first 8-track that I've ever owned. I've never owned an 8-track tape before, so this is a first for me. Obviously, I've listened to them, but I've never, purchased one with my own money. And had one in my possession, but this is just really cool. This is probably the best piece of merch they put out. I mean, the shirts are great. I think I bought one of the sweaters too, the sweatshirts, and the little keychain. But I think this is the one. So if you have purchased the 8-track and you've been able to listen to it, let me know what you think. Of the 8-track. So jumping to the next piece, and again, I went a little crazy here, so I told you. I bought the picture disc, and I kind of put it in its own plastic, just because I like to. If I'm not, I don't know if I'm going to use this one to listen to the album, but so I wanted to add some extra protection. But there you go. There's the picture disc. There's not much else to it. It's a picture disc. But you have Annie or St. Vincent on the front. Then you have the yellow 70s St. Vincent logo on the back. And that's pretty much the whole deal with this one. I kept the sticker on the back just because I like keeping the stickers. But yeah, there it is. That's the picture disc for all of you that are curious. And then last but not least is, I think they called it the deluxe album, which is probably going to be the one I use for my regular listening. Your straightforward album. Let me back up a little bit so you get a better look. This is basically what was on the CD, but in bigger factor. I hope YouTube doesn't get me for the butt on the magazine, but what the hell. Looks great. The packaging feels great. It all looks great. It's a full, nice, big, full package. So here's what it comes with, and this is also pretty cool. Comes with that same poster that we showed earlier, just, a bigger version. And this is one of the other cool things it comes with, like a little zine. I'll open that up in a second to show you guys. And then there's one little other thing here that I have to figure out what to do with, if I'm gonna put it on anything at all. I'd like to get another one so I could actually put it on my duffel bag or something. But we have the St. Vincent patch. If I get more of these, I'll at least get one or two more because I want to put it on stuff. Maybe I'll just put this one on. And before we get into the zine, I haven't even really looked at this myself yet because I got this morning. But I wanted to take a look at the actual record. So I have not looked at this yet either. Sure, I know what a record looks like, but here it is. Pretty straightforward, standard. Let me see, so you don't get too much glare. There we go. Again, your standard record. It's with all the St. Vincent branding, and it comes on this sort of wallpaper. It's a little, ripped. So yeah, that's what you get with that deluxe version. You get the zine, which I'll show you guys in a minute. You get the poster that seems to come with almost every version, at least the CD and the records, with all the lyrics on it and the credits. So nice little extras you get with these versions. I think they did a really good job with putting this all together. It doesn't feel flimsy either. You know how sometimes you get like the record, case, and it kind of feels like a little papery, less than cardboard, but this feels good. It feels sturdy. I don't feel like it's gonna bend or anything. So let's take a look at the zine. Again, if you guys haven't listened to the album yet, or if you're on the fence, listen to it again. Listen to it at night. Listen to it in the middle of the afternoon. I think certain songs hit differently depending, as music does, depending when you're listening to it. But I found the mid-afternoon listen, it was very, I kind of melted into it in the night. And when I listened to it at night, I was able to take in a lot of what was going on. And I put on the big headphones so I could hear more of the nuanced parts and the little things. And I noticed, and I don't know if it was intentional, but I'm sure it is because St. Vincent. But I noticed a lot of through lines from other previous albums, and there was just things that I appreciated. Again, don't know if it was intentional, or if I'm putting it in there myself. But it seemed like there was a lot of through lines from previous albums, whether lyrically or just in subtle notes and melodies that kind of melted in the background. Really appreciated that kind of stuff. I really appreciate the little details, and it was a lot of fun to listen to. And it'll probably be my most listened to album of the year. No surprise, but here we'll go through the zine really quick. I'm not going to show you guys everything, but I want to kind of give you a little quick look at what's inside. It smells great. Is that weird? No, I don't think it's weird. There's, some of these images we've seen before. Some of them, I guess were saved for this little zine or photo book, whatever they want to call it. Some really great stuff. I love the photography for this release. It's just too perfect. Said I wasn't going to show you guys everything, but it's just this era, just the quality of art and film of this area is just something so damn precious and evocative, and I love it so much. I've tried to film things on my own to kind of get that whatever that 70s vibe is, try to emulate it in a way that makes sense for today, but kind of pays homage to what was going on back then. think a lot about Scorsese, especially like 70s New York. It's the image I get. And here, we're kind of at the end here. And that's all she wrote. Literally. But yeah, this might have gone a little overboard, but I wanted to at least share with you guys so you could see what comes with all this stuff, and we could discuss Daddy's Home a little more, because I think it's worth discussion in a broader format. Let me know what you guys think of Daddy's Home. Are you digging it? What do you like? What do you not like? What do you wish there was more of? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna really try to figure out how I could listen to that 8-track soon, because I'm just, I've been looking at it all day. I've been working and just like, really wanting to put these on. But anyway, before I keep rambling, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little kind of unveiling, unraveling, unboxing. It didn't come in a box, but hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you soon. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I'll see you later. Daddy's Home. All right. Talk to you guys soon.